there, superstars. It is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer, and coach from Live, Love, Give. And I'm coming to you right after I've just gotten back from a bit of a massive gym session, hence my hair is all over the place and whatever, but it was so good, and I wanted to share with you something that was really powerful for me in my training today. And I was like, oh, I want to share this. And it might resonate with you very strongly if, and I'm going to dive into this a little bit deeper, if you share a similar personality type as me, or if it doesn't necessarily what I'm going to tap into with the story today actually really resonate with you directly, I'm going to give you some ways in which it absolutely can. All right, so let's dive into it. And what I want to talk to you guys about today is how we can, transform the things that used to trip us up into the things that actually end up sparking you up. And I'm going to, as always, use a bit of a story based on my current experience and the experience that I just had at the gym. So what happens for me is when I talk into personality psychology, all you guys who are in the Limitless Potential Academy, and if you've done the previous masterclass when we unpacked and I gave you the whole overview of this, you're going to know what I'm talking about straight away. If you've never heard of personality psychology, if you've never heard of the fact that we all have 8 different cognitive functions or mental processes that we all have access to, but what determines your actual personality and how you show up in the world is the fact that 2 of those cognitive functions or mental processes are your key strengths. And automatically, the way that the brain is wired, it kind of has a polarity. It's mirror opposite. So, if you have a strength, automatically you're going to have a bit of a weakness, but only if you're unconscious of how you're wired. That's when it trips you up. So that was the tiniest, quickest overview I think I've ever done. And I really encourage you guys to jump in. Let me know if you want access to the masterclasses. I'll send you the link. You can dive into this work. It is the most powerful personal development tool I've ever come across in my past really 6 years of deep diving and fully immersing myself and starting a business in this realm and, going and studying the great. So hands down, best ever. All right, so what happens though is that we kind of have these, it's like that having that inner conflict. We're always having some sort of push and pull kind of relationship in our internal world. And this helps to give a bunch of clarity behind it. So I'm just going to use myself as an example with this framework, and then hope it triggers you and sparks your appetite for it. And then I've got something special I want to share with you, a free webinar that I'm going to have upcoming, links up above, but I'll tell you a little bit more about that shortly. So what happens in my particular personality type, we all have these 4 of those 8 cognitive functions that really play out in our personality. And we've got kind of 2 of those are a bit unconscious. They're not really on our radar. And 2 of those cognitive functions are totally, really conscious. Like you're always when you have life battles, it's like this push and pull relationship. You're constantly conscious of this. So for me, in the conscious realm of my personality type, I have 2 different cognitive functions that are the mirror opposite to one another. One of them is nicknamed perspectives, or it's introverted intuition for all you kind of geeks who are into personality psychology. But what perspectives is about is it's all about advanced pattern recognition in its internal world. Okay, so it's taking a meta perspective on its own mind. It's disengaging from its own perspective, and it's watching its own subconscious form patterns. Okay, it's a very introverted process. It's a very, trying to find the patterns of the subconscious mind. And as it develops and gets really good, it gets really great at being able to identify with only tiny little pieces of information, what's going on in another person's world, why they do what they do. It allows the user to really be able to shift perspectives and get into the other person's shoes and really kind of relate to why another person can think the way that they think, can do the things that they can do, can feel the way that they can feel, all right? There's all this sort of stuff going on. The opposite process for that is sensation or extroverted sensing. Okay, so sensation is all about being in the body, real time, present, kinesthetic. It's all about being in real world physics. It's about getting into your body. It's about being fully immersed in your internal world, all your five senses and beyond. There's more than just our five senses. And, so these two are always battling in my world, and they always play out. It's kind of like sensations like, let's just be in the present moment. Let's just go have fun. Let's go jump out of a plane. Let's go bungee jump. Let's go, go to the gym. Let's go get in the body. Let's have fun in that realm. And perspectives is the opposite. Perspectives, in order to grow that, it's all about cutting off from all sensation around you and actually going very deep and getting very reflective so that you can kind of dive into deeper insight and find those patterns in your internal world and go from there, right? So what happened for me was actually that I have always had that battle, like, should I go to the gym? Oh, I've got to go do this work. I've really got to cut off from everybody and everything, and I've got to get into my writing, and I've got to get into my depth, and that's how I tap into that. And in actual fact, not only do we have this kind of push and pull polarity of these different cognitive functions, but one of them is much more of benefit for you to actually tap into. It's going to be, the biggest bang for your buck in personal development. It's what we call your growth state for me in our conscious car, right? Oh, it's so technical. I find it so hard to explain this stuff without giving you guys the whole masterclass, right? But I hope it's making sense. It's this push-pull relationship. Anyway, what happened for me today, I'm at the gym, did some weights, and then I was like, I really want to get my fitness up, so I'm just going to get on. Today I just got on the cross trainer. Usually I'm on the treadmill, and I put on some music, and I've got thousands of songs in my playlist, and I just kind of went shuffle all, whatever happens, right? Quite a sensation thing to do, getting in the body, and what happened was I ended up getting on the cross trainer, and some amazing tracks were coming on, ones that actually reminded me of my past life when I used to be, on a nightclub dance floor dancing to amazing tunes, right? And I love like bass, and I love all this different stuff, all right? And I literally closed my eyes and on the cross trainer, and I just like pictured myself dancing on the nightclub dance floor, and I got so much out of my workout. I know this sounds so weird. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm sharing this with you guys. But I was literally like closing my eyes on the cross trainer thinking, I hope nobody like tries to talk to me or something, because I was just I think I had a big smile on my face. I literally felt like I was dancing on the nightclub dance floor to these amazing tunes that I hadn't heard in forever. And when you're dancing, like you kind of get a sweat up, like your heart's racing a little bit. So I really did feel like I was doing that. And anyway, so what happened was that allowed me, because I'm so spending most of my time, in my office, trying to go deep, trying to get deeper insight, creating programs, trying to help people understand who they are, why they do, what they really want, get that clarity, get that vision in the long term, and get moving in that direction. It's very much, me, in my mind, thinking, and not getting into my body as much, which is healthy for me in terms of how I'm particularly wired. But what happens is if we go too much in one side of that polarity, we end up getting into burnout. We end up getting completely overtaxed, and we end up like just crashing. It's going to be something that just trips us up. And how the brain is wired, it's quite intelligent in terms of when it realizes that you're burning out a particular cognitive function, it automatically switches that one off for you and forces you in to the opposite cognitive function so that you can give that process a break, right? But if you're not doing that consciously, if you're not having ways that you're engaging in the different cognitive functions and you're just getting into burnout, it's kind of like an explosion in your life. It's kind of like trying to hold a beach ball underwater, and you can only do it for so long, and then it just explodes, and it's not very emotionally intelligent. So for people of my particular type, if I don't get to the gym, if I don't get in my body, if I don't nurture, my physical realm, if I don't, start to engage in the physical environment again, I'll end up, getting to that burnout in my thought process, and I will actually, just go and, do something a bit crazy, or, just want or crave like really bad food that takes me out of my values and the person that I want to be, So if you don't nurture both of those sides of you that are having that push and pull relationship, it's definitely going to trip you up. And for me, in the past, when I wasn't developing the process that's healthiest for me, it ended up just playing out in me literally going, clubbing and partying 6 nights a week. And the only reason I wouldn't have partied for 7 nights a week is literally because nothing was open on a Wednesday night. All right. So, and that was getting in the way of me discovering what would be a fulfilling life for me. It was just a distraction for me. It was just, like I knew deep down, I wasn't really living life how I living to my potential. And so it was just a distraction mode. And that's what that position in your personality can actually, how it can play out for you. It can just constantly trip you up. But if you know this stuff, if you get to uncover your unique personality type, those very things that used to trip you up can now be transformed into the things that end up sparking you up, because you know how to nurture those different processes so they're not taking over your life, and they're actually supporting you to become your greatest by giving you time to ultimately take that process that's more of a strength for you, give it a bit of a break, and actually come back to it when you're more energized and sparked up like I am. So I hope that this is resonating with you guys, and I wanted to share with you the fact that I've got a very special live free webinar that I'm going to be running for you guys on the 14th of July. So it's coming up, it's a little way away, but I really want you to make sure that you're registered for this event. It's going to be one of the most powerful, I think actually the most powerful training I've ever done. So it's really talking into the whole realm of everything that I've found most valuable over this massive deep dive that I've been doing, this full immersion as the human guinea pig of personal development, like I like to call myself. And I can't wait to share with you all that's in that training. So it is called the 3-stage journey for reaching your highest potential fulfillment in both life and in love. And it's going to be seriously powerful. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to learning how to access your personal power. That's the foundation. Discovering, developing, and delivering your unique genius, because if we're just growing ourselves, but we're not feeling like we're actually, uniquely contributing and making a meaningful difference or impact in the lives of others, then we're never really going to reach that fulfillment. So that's the number 2 thing that we're going to be diving into. Number 3, we're going to be learning how to deepen your passion and your team in intimate relationship. I truly do believe that it is your intimate relationship that is your vehicle for reaching your highest potential, not only in love and connection, but in your life. If you've got the right person on your team and they are growth minded and they want the best for you and they support, encourage, and challenge you towards your greatness, you will go much further in the right relationship than you could ever by yourself. So really can't wait to share more about that with you. And then lastly, you'll be learning how to really tap into and unleash your potential in both life and in love. Okay, so it's going to be a massive training, free webinar. Links up above. I can't wait to see you guys there on the 14th of July, and I hope that you can make it live. For everybody who can make it live, going to have some extra special bonuses. If you can't make it live, I know all spread around the world, definitely I will be getting a replay to you, so no problems with that, but you need to make sure that you're registered so you get access to all of that. So Can't wait to see you there, and I definitely want to check in. So how have you guys been? Where have you got? What have you guys been up to? Have you got any words of wisdom or any questions that you'd love to ask? I'd love to hear from you. And a massive shout out, I just think I should say, to everybody in the 28-day Extraordinary Relationship Challenge who just finalized their 28th day in the challenge, and they have been absolutely going for it. Oh my gosh, like breakthroughs, massive transformation, real connection in the community, which is just always touching my heart. So massive congratulations to you superstars out there. Can't wait to dive in with more. You've got a special video and some special bonus stuff coming at you tomorrow from me. So check that out. And any of you guys who are interested in finding out more about what the 28-day Extraordinary Relationship Challenge is, shoot me a comment below, shoot me a message. I'll give you all the details. It is amazing. All right, let me check in with you guys. I've got Mohammed. Hello to you. And I'm doing really well. Glad to have you. And Sarah. Vanessa is amazing to listen to. Oh, Sarah, I so appreciate you sharing that with your friend Matt. That always touches my heart when you guys share any of these messages with anybody that you... So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Sarah. Great to see you. And Chris is here as well. Hello, Chris. And got somebody calling me. Hang on a minute. Ty, love to hear your sharing. Thank you so much, Ty. I so appreciate you being here. And Daryl from Canada. Pleasure to see you, superstar. Absolutely. Always, Daryl. Love having you here. And oh my gosh, Canada has been calling to me. I can't wait to get there. Oh, I've got so much I've got to share with you guys. I feel like I haven't been on a Facebook Live for like a year. I've got to hold myself back because I've given you so much already in terms of all these different projects I'm working on. But so appreciate you being here, Daryl. And Jody's here as well. And Renata. Hi from Phil Kebu. Oh, I don't even know where that is. I might have to look it up. But I so appreciate you being here. I think I'm Renant, it might be. Might be butchering names like I sometimes do. And Adrian's here, and Carl and Vinny and Sarah. The kind of thing I would do. Sarah, we might be very much aligned in terms of personality. So I love that, Sarah. Love that you're resonating. And Adrian's here, and Julie. And Adrian, I'm loving that this is amazing motivation for you. I so appreciate hearing that. And love having you here. And Jerry's here, and Vanessa, yay. And Bogdan, and Nathan, and Filippo, and Tipu, and Alex, awesome. And Vanessa, hi Vanessa, glad I finally caught you live. Absolutely, I love it when you guys can catch me live. And great to see you, beautiful. Hope you're doing amazingly well. And Jared's here as well, so awesome. Thank you guys for joining me. I really hope that today's message just hits home and you can be thinking about, what is that push-pull relationship, that common theme that just keeps showing up time and time again in your life? Mine has always been that battle between, my work and looking after my health. Like, it's just been a common theme. And I feel grateful at this point in my life for discovering the framework that I've been diving deep into for the past 3 years intensively. And I teach this stuff now, and I work with all of my clients with this. It is absolutely a prerequisite for reaching your potential. I can't wait to share more of it with you. And also, if you're interested in seeing the actual masterclass that I did, talking into all things personality psychology, letting you know what those cognitive functions are, giving you processes for identifying how you're wired, then you definitely want to be in the masterclasses. So let me know, reach out to me if you want access to that, and I can shoot that over to you because I've already given you all sorts of links and things to do. So just let me know. But it is powerful, powerful stuff. And I cannot wait to see you guys in an upcoming Facebook Live that I'm doing. Let me know what you guys will find valuable. I really miss jumping on these Facebook Lives. I've just been so under the pump with all these different projects I've got and clients that I've got. And it's just been a little bit too difficult because I've been doing so much video recording. Most days I'm like burnout, like totally burnt out with like I've nearly lost my voice or I'm just like exhausted. But if you guys value these messages, I'll make it happen, so always let me know. I so appreciate your feedback, and I kind of rely on you guys to help me keep my finger on the button of what is valuable to you. So always be letting me know what's of value to you, and that will let me know, need to be doing more of that and more of that and whatever, right? Okay. As always, guys, I am sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary. And I also need to let you know that for the next 2 weeks, I'm actually off on some, I'm going into the city. It's my birthday over the weekend. I'm going to be staying in the city, having fun for a week in a beautiful part, my favorite part in South Bank. And then I'm off to the Dandenong Ranges, so up the mountains. So I'll be bringing some messages to you guys on my travels, and I can't wait to see you then. And in the meantime, reach out with any questions or anything, anyway, that I can be supporting you. Can't wait to hear from you. Sending you guys all of my love, and I'll see you soon. Oh, and thanks, Vanessa. Yay, happy birthday for me on the weekend. Much love.